Hello and welcome back to the 7th video for Topic 1 System Fundamentals, and this time we're looking at suggest various types of testing. And this is for IB Diploma Programme in Computer Science. We're still on Topic 1 System Fundamentals from the 4 topics from the standard level and higher level core syllabus. We're on the final video for this particular topic, Systems in Organizations. So, what are we going to look at? The objective is to understand the importance and various types of software testing, emphasizing how testing at all stages of software development ensures the creation of reliable, efficient, and user-friendly applications. What I want to do is start with an introduction to software testing, talk about the importance of testing at all stages, types of software testing, automated testing tools, and finally the consequences of inadequate testing. Okay, so first of all, software testing is like a checkup for a computer program. It's a way to see if the program works as it's supposed to and to find any mistakes or bugs before it gets used by people. This can be done by people, manually tested, or by using special tools, automated testing tools. The goal is to make sure the program is working correctly and meets the needs it was designed for, basically before it's rolled out so everybody can use it. It helps in identifying defects, ensuring the software is bug-free, and confirming that it satisfies the user's needs. The importance of testing. Testing should be integrated into every stage of the software development process to ensure issues are detected early and fixes promptly. This continuous approach to testing helps in identifying and fixing defects early, basically reduces the cost and effort required for fixing issues, improving software quality, ensures the final product meets the required standards and user expectations, increasing user satisfaction, results in a smoother, more reliable user experience, enhancing productivity, helps developers and end users work efficiently without interruptions due to software bugs. And let's have a look at the stages of testing. We need a requirement analysis, reviewing requirements to ensure that they are clear, complete, and testable. Okay, what should the software do? Before we actually draw up a test plan, what should the software actually do? Design review, evaluate the design documents to detect design flaws early. Unit testing, testing individual components or modules for functionality. Integration testing, ensuring that combined modules work together correctly. System testing, testing the complete system to verify it meets the specified requirements. And user acceptance testing, UAT, ensuring the software meets the user's needs and is ready for deployment. So let's have a little look at different types of testing, starting with black box testing. This is a testing approach that treats the software as a black box. Testers examine the software's functionality without knowledge of its internal code or structure. They focus on inputs, outputs, and how the software behaves based on various inputs. Example, functional testing, acceptance testing, and system testing. Now the benefits of this: evaluate software behavior from a user's perspective. A user does not generally need to know each line of code. Identifies issues relating to functionality, usability, and compatibility. Now the limitations: may not discover defects relating to specific code paths or internal data structures. Less effective in finding vulnerabilities or security issues. Okay? White box testing examines the internal workings of the software. Testers have knowledge of the software's code, its architecture, and internal logic. They design test cases based on this understanding. For example, unit testing, code coverage analysis, and control flow testing are all examples of white box testing. The benefits: it uncovers defects relating to code quality, control flow, and internal data structures. It's useful for improving code reliability and security. There are limitations: it may not fully address functionality or behavioral aspects of the software. Can be time-consuming, especially for large and complex systems. So let's compare the two. Black box testing does not require knowledge of the internal structure or implementation details of the software being tested, whereas white box testing does. Okay? Focuses on software, external behavior, and how it interacts with the user, whereas white box testing focuses on the software's internal logic and how it works. Black box testing can be performed by testers with a varied level of skill, whereas white box testing requires some knowledge and skill in terms of code. Black box testing can find a wide range of defects, whereas white box is looking for specific defects in terms of the software's internal logic. And finally, can be used to verify the software's functionality, usability and performance, whereas white box can be used to optimize performance, identify vulnerabilities and ensure robust application. Okay, some others. Static testing involves reviewing and analyzing the software's documentation and code without executing the code. Example, code reviews, inspections, walkthroughs and requirement analysis. The benefits of this: it detects design flaws and coding errors early, cost-effective and efficient, ensures requirements are clear and complete. There are limitations though. It cannot detect runtime errors. It doesn't evaluate software's behavior during execution. Whereas dynamic testing involves executing the software and evaluating its behavior during runtime. Unit testing, integration testing, system testing, regression testing, and performance testing are all examples of dynamic testing. So the benefits are: it identifies runtime errors and functional issues. It verifies software operations as expected under various conditions. Its limitations: it typically occurs later in the development cycle. It may not catch all design or requirement issues. Automated testing tools can test other programs, reducing the time and cost associated with manual testing. These tools execute pre-written tests on the software, quickly identifying issues and providing detailed reports. They are especially useful for regression testing, which is basically ensuring new changes haven't broken any existing functionality. Performance testing, checking the software's performance under various conditions, i.e. scalability, spike, testing peak performance, and endurance. And load testing, evaluating how the software performs under heavy user load. Okay, basically testing it to breaking point. And I've got an example of regression testing here. Retest everything. Regression test selected parts of the software, and then the prioritization of test cases. Basically, the importance of particular tests going well. Okay, significant parts within the code. There's also alpha testing, which is performed by testers who are usually internal employees of the organization. Company workers test a new app at the developer's site before it is officially released. The benefits: it helps identify bug fixes early, provides feedback from people who understand the project deeply. Beta testing: clients or end users outside the organization test the product. A good example of this would be gamers trying a new video game before it is released to the general mass market public. Benefits: provides real-world feedback for actual users, helping to identify issues that may not have been discovered during alpha testing. Then finally, user acceptance testing, UAT, letting end users test the software to ensure it meets their needs. Example, students testing a new classroom app to see if it's easy to use. Benefits: ensures the software meets user requirements and is ready for real-world application and use. There are some consequences to inadequate testing, and this can have serious repercussions, such as reduced employee productivity. Software bugs and issues can disrupt workflow and decrease efficiency. End-user dissatisfaction. Poorly functioning software leads to frustration and loss of trust among its users. Increased maintenance cost. Fixing issues post-release is often more expensive and time-consuming than addressing them during development. And finally, reputational damage. Releasing faulty software can harm the developer's or company's reputation. So in summary, effective software testing is crucial at every stage of development to ensure high quality, reliability, and user-friendly software. By understanding the various types of testing and their importance, students can appreciate the role of thorough testing in the software development process and its impact on the end users. As always, I've got some exam questions from past papers. Number 1, describe what black box testing is and provide an example scenario where black box testing would be applicable. Question 2, explain the concept of white box testing and provide a real-world example again. Question 3, define the term static testing in software testing and provide an example scenario where static testing can be applied. Dynamic testing for question 4, and then finally explain what beta testing is and provide an example of a product or service that commonly undergoes beta testing. Okay, as always, pause the video if you want to have a little go at these. Otherwise, continue watching and I will give you the answers. I'm not going to go through them in detail, but I will give you the answers to these 5 questions. Okay, so question 1, looking at black box testing. Yep, And there's an example. White box testing for question 2. Question 3 and 4, static testing and dynamic testing. Compare and contrast the two here. And finally, question 5, explaining beta testing. Okay, so that is it for this particular video. Join me next time for 1.1.8. But until then, thank you very much indeed, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Please continue to ask questions, leave your comments, hit notifications, and please subscribe. And finally, if you wish to buy me a coffee, I'd be truly grateful. Please visit buymeacoffee.com/learning zone. Thank you very much indeed. See you next time. Bye for now.